Hi, good morning to everyone. Today I am going to discuss some concepts, some applications about the parallel law of vectors. After that, triangle law of addition of vectors, polygon law of addition of vectors, and applications regarding to triangle law and polygon law of addition of vectors. Okay, right. According to parallel law of vectors, let b bar and q bar are any two vectors. They are acting at point and are represented by the adjacent sets of a parallelogram. Then the two vectors are represented by the adjacent sets. The diagonal drawn from the same point gives the resultant of two vectors both in magnitude and direction. So that is the statement of parallel law of vectors. Suppose here some application. This is the vector p bar and it is q bar. Angle between two vectors is equal to theta. Let us complete the parallelogram like O, A, B, C, and OA bar is equal to p bar, AC bar is equal to q bar. Now, OC bar indicates the diagonal of the parallelogram that gives the resultant of p bar and q bar both in magnitude. So, that means R bar is equal to P bar plus Q bar. That implies magnitude of the resultant modulus of R bar is equal to R is equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos. This is the magnitude. Again, to find the direction of the resultant, R bar says angle alpha and p bar, then tan alpha is equal, tan alpha is equal q sin theta by p plus q cos theta. This is the formula to find the direction, and this is the formula to find the magnitude of resultant. Magnitude of resultant. Right. Now here there is one simple application. Suppose a body is moving along a straight line with an initial velocity v1 bar. After a certain instant, its velocity becomes v2 bar. It changes by an angle theta. Find the change in velocity, magnitude of change in velocity of the particle. So what is it? Let v1 bar is equal to initial velocity of the particle, v2 bar is equal to final velocity of the particle, then what is the change in velocity? Delta v bar is equal to, this is change in velocity. The value find out. Again, change in velocity is represented by delta v bar is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity. Okay? Delta v bar is equal to v2 bar minus v1 bar. Suppose R bar is equal to v bar plus q bar, R equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. R bar is equal to p bar minus q bar. What happened here? R equal to root of p square plus q square minus 2pq cos theta. Here also delta v bar is equal to v2 bar minus v1 bar. This is the change in velocity in vector form. Magnitude of change in velocity delta v bar modulus is equal to delta v is equal to what is it? The same formula. Delta v bar means R bar, v2 bar means p bar, v1 bar means q bar. R bar equal to p bar minus q bar. This is the form of p bar minus q bar, but here there is a negative sign. That means delta v is equal to root of v1 square plus v2 square minus 2v1 v2 cos theta. This is formula for magnitude of change in velocity. And here theta is equal to angle between v1 bar and v2 bar. Okay. suppose if v1 is equal to v2 magnitude, say it is magnitude, there is no change in velocity, and then it is possible, suppose a body is moving along the circular path with a constant speed, suppose you are going the center of the circle, at any instant the body is lying at the point A, and wherever is equal to radius vector R, at this point velocity of the vector will be along the tangent drawn on the circular path, which is equal to v1. So after a certain instant, the body moves from A to another point B, where in this time interval angle made by the radius vector at the center is equal to theta. Okay, here velocity of the particle at this point is equal, this is also along the tangent drawn at this point, this is equal to v2. Okay, v2 is the point. Now this is the angle, sorry, straight line or horizontal axis, and simply it is taken as v1. Okay, v1 bar. Here angle made by the radius vector at the center is equal to theta, and angle made by v2 bar, v1 bar is also equal to theta. Okay. Now, what is the magnitude of change in velocity? Change in velocity means, change in velocity delta v bar is equal to v2 bar minus v1 bar, or magnitude of change in velocity delta v is equal to root of v1 square plus v2 square minus 2 v1 v2 cos. But in the same situation, let the body is moving, it is given, let the body is moving with a constant speed. Constant speed means v1 is equal to v2 is equal to v. Magnitude remains constant. Here, speed is equal to 10. Say suppose v2 is also equal to 10. Okay, speed, because speed is a scalar quantity. Here also it is also 10. But the direction will be changes from point to point. Direction changes means velocity will be different, because velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity vector and speed is a scalar quantity. Magnitude v1 bar v2 bar both are same in magnitude. That means v1 bar is equal to v1 equal to v2 equal to v. In this situation, what the magnitude of change in velocity? Delta v is equal to root over, what is it? v1 square plus v2 square minus 2v1 v2 cos theta. That means v square minus 2v square into cos theta. That is root of v square plus v square is equal to 2v square minus 2v square into cos theta, or root of 2v square combination 1 minus cos theta. This is equal to root over 2v square into 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. This is the trigonometric formula. That is root over 4 v square, 2 into 4 v square sin square theta by 2, or delta v is equal to 2v sin theta by 2. This is the formula for magnitude of change in velocity. Okay, remember my dear students, change in velocity is always equal to delta v bar is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity, v2 bar minus v1 bar. Magnitude of change in velocity is equal to delta v equal to root of v1 square plus v2 square minus 2v1 v2 cos. Suppose the magnitude of velocity remains constant, v1 equal to v2 equal to v, then the magnitude of change in velocity should be equal to 2v sin theta by 2v sin theta. Say here an example. Let a body is moving along the circular path with a constant speed v is equal to 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. With a constant speed, remember the point. With a constant speed v is equal to 20 meter per second. Finally, magnitude of change in velocity. Magnitude of change in velocity. If the body completes half of the circular path. Half of the circular path means this is the situation. Initially the point is lying at A, and this is OA, and here the body is moving to this point. Ikkada the speed is equal to v1 or v1 bar velocity, Here velocity is equal to v2 bar. Okay. Now what is the angle between this v1 and v2? v1 and v2 angle between them is equal to theta. Theta is equal to pi radians or y radians. So in this situation, delta v is equal to same velocity. v1 is equal to v. Magnitude is same. v2 is also equal to v. Magnitude of velocity means speed remains constant. Delta v is equal to 2v sin theta by 2. That is equal to 2 into 20 into sin theta is equal to pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is equal to 90. So that is equal to 40 meter per second. This is the change in velocity. Okay. Again, in the same example, for example, let a body moving along a circular path with a constant speed of 20 meter per second, then find the magnitude of change in velocity if it completes half of the semicircle or one part of the circle. This is the situation. OA and this is O. Here velocity is equal to v2 bar. Here the velocity is equal to v1 bar. And what is the angle between v1 bar and v2 bar? This is v1 bar, and this is v2 bar. Here the angle between the radius vector and the center is equal to pi by 2 radians. Now angle between v1 and v2 is also equal to pi by 2. Therefore the magnitude of change in velocity delta v is equal to just it is 2v sin theta by 2. That is equal to 2 into v into sin theta is equal to pi by 2 by 2. So that is 40 into sin pi by 4. Sin pi by 4 means 1 by 2. So it is 40 by 2. For our convenience, multiply with root 2 and divide with root 2. That is 40 root 2 by root 2 into 2 means 2. 2 1 so 2 20s. That is equal to 20 root 2 meter per second. This is the change in velocity. Are you understand? So this is the concept about the change in velocity on the basis of current law factors. Next application see here. Let v1 bar is equal to initial velocity of a particle and v2 bar is equal to final velocity of the particle after a time t-seconds. After time t-seconds. What is the acceleration of the particle? Acceleration of the particle a bar is equal to. Okay. Acceleration a bar is always equal to change in velocity by time. Change in velocity means v2 bar minus v1 bar by 2. This is the formula for acceleration of the particle. Or magnitude of change in velocity. This means magnitude of acceleration is equal to modulus of v2 bar minus v1 bar by t. Or this is equal to t is a scalar 1 by t into modulus of v2 bar minus v1 bar is equal to what is it? Root of v1 square plus v2 square minus 2v1 v2 cos theta. 2v1 v2 cos theta. Then theta is equal to angle between v2 bar and v2 bar and v1. So for example, here is one application. Let velocity, initial velocity of the particle v1 bar is equal to, let it is j bar plus 4j bar minus k bar. Final velocity of the particle is equal to I bar minus 2j bar minus 2k bar. So this is the final velocity, and find the acceleration of the vector. Sorry, it is the velocity of the particle after a time t is equal to 10 seconds. Then find the acceleration of the particle. You like to find the acceleration. First of all, to find the acceleration, we are having change in velocity and also magnitude of change in velocity. So what is the change in velocity? v2 bar minus v1 bar is equal to v2 bar is equal to I bar minus 2j bar minus 2k bar minus of v1 bar is equal to 3I bar plus 4j bar minus k bar. That is I bar minus 2j bar minus k bar minus of minus 3I bar plus into minus minus 4j bar minus into minus plus k bar. So it is I bar and minus 3I bar means minus 2I bar minus 2j bar minus 4j bar minus 6j bar minus 2k bar and plus k bar is equal minus 2. This is only change in velocity. Magnitude of change in velocity is given by modulus of delta v bar is equal to modulus of v2 bar minus v1 bar. This is equivalent to root of, in this vector equation, magnitude of velocity is equivalent to root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. Here what is ax? 2, ay 6 and az 1 minus 2. So that's why minus 2 whole square plus minus 6 whole square plus minus 1 whole square. That is root of 2 square means 4 and 6 square means 36 plus 1. It is root of 36 plus 4 40 plus 1 is equal to 41. So this is the change in velocity to 41. Again, acceleration A is equivalent to magnitude of change in velocity by time. Magnitude of acceleration should be equivalent to root 41 by 10. This is in meter per second. So this is a way to find the acceleration of the particle when given and v2 they are given in the form of I bar, j bar, k bar. Okay, right? Next one, there is one more application or one more example. See my dear students, all these examples and also today applications, they are not in the given notes. Please remember, all these applications and examples you should write down on the notebook while seeing the video. Okay. See here, next example. Suppose let P bar and Q bar are two vectors and P bar and Q bar are giving two vectors and these are represented by the adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Also let R bar and S bar are the diagonals. R bar and S bar are the diagonals. Then prove that R square plus S square is equal to R square plus S square is equal to 2 into T square plus Q square. So this is the application or example. Whatever. See, suppose this is the vector P bar and it is the vector Q bar and it is this. Here, let us complete the parallelogram O, A, B, C. This is BC bar is parallel to OA bar means BC bar is equal to B bar. AC bar is also equal to OB bar. It is represented by one of the diagonal is equal. It is represented by R. This is R bar. Another diagonal is equal to, here I indicate that this is equal to S bar. Another diagonal is equal to another diagonal is equal to S bar. See, in this example, R bar is nothing but the sum of B bar and Q bar. This is the vector P bar, first vector. This is the second vector Q bar. Initial point, tail of the first vector is joined with head of the last vector by a straight line, making the arrow at the last point which is the resultant of these two vectors. That means R. r bar is equal to p bar plus q bar means r is equal or r square is equal to what value? P square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. It is equation 2. Okay, equation 2. Next one is S bar is the other diagonal. S bar is the other diagonal. Here, observe this is the first vector q bar. Okay, this is the second vector q bar. I mean S bar. The tail of the first vector is joined with the head of the last vector by a straight line, and this is an arrow. That means p bar is the resultant of q bar and S bar. Okay, p bar is the resultant of q bar and S bar. That means p bar is equal to q bar plus S bar. From this S bar is equal to S bar is equal to p bar minus q bar. Then S bar is the resultant of p bar minus q bar. Then what the form of the S square? S square is equal to p square plus q square minus 2pq cos theta is equation 2. Here what is minus sign? S bar is equal to p bar minus q bar. That's why S square is equal to p square plus q square minus 2pq cos theta. Therefore, by adding these two means r square plus s square is equal to what r square? P square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta plus s square is equal to p square plus q square minus 2pq cos theta. Here minus 2pq cos theta plus 2pq cos theta cancel. P square plus p square is equal to p square plus q square plus q square is equal to 2p square. That is equal to 2 into p square plus q square. So that's why this is the proof. R square plus s square is equal to 2 into p square plus q square. Remember, my dear students, all these examples and also applications you should mention your notebook while listening this video. Okay, but all these concepts they are not given in our notebook. Okay. See here, next one more example. Let modulus of a bar plus b bar is equal to n into modulus of a bar minus b. This is the given data. Modulus of a bar plus b bar is equal to modulus of n into modulus of a bar minus b. Find the angle between a bar and b bar. Find the angle between a bar and b bar. Very simple, given modulus of a bar plus b bar is equal to n into modulus of a bar minus b. What is the value of a bar plus b bar? This is root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta is equal to n into modulus of a bar minus b bar means root of a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta. Minus 2ab cos theta. Now, squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides means a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta root over whole square is equal to n square into root of a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta whole square. And here whole square and root are cancelled. Here also whole square and root are cancelled. Then a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta is equal to n square into a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, minus 2ab cos theta. Also like here in this example with brackets, modulus of a bar is also equal to modulus of b bar, and the magnitudes of both the vectors are same. That means A is equal to B. A is equal to B. So A square plus B is also replaced with A. 2A square cos theta is equal to n square into A square minus 2A square cos theta. What is A square plus A square? 2A square. Here 2A square करा 2A square common इसके 2A square into 1 plus cos theta is equal to n square into here also A square plus A square is equal to 2A square. Here 2A square is common and 1 minus cos. Both sides 2A square and 2A square both are cancelled. Okay, right? Here 1 plus cos theta is equal to 2 cos square theta by 2 is equal to n square into 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. These are the different formulas. Once again both sides will cancel. Okay. Now cos square theta by 2 is taken on this side and n square is taken to the LH square. Then 1 by n square is equal to sin square theta by 2 by sin square theta by 2 by cos square theta by 2. Sin square theta by 2 by cos square theta by 2 should be equal to tan square theta by 2. 1 by n square is equal to tan square theta by 2. That's why tan theta by 2 is equal to what is value? And square is cancelled on both sides. 1 by 2. Or theta by 2 is equal to taking tan this side tan inverse of 1 by n. Or theta is equal to 2 tan inverse of 1 by n. So this is the formula for angle between two vectors. Remember this? Note down, please note down these problems in your notebooks completely. Here what is the problem? Let modulus of a bar plus b bar is equal to mod a bar plus c bar. Find the angle between a bar and b bar. Also given magnitude of a is equal to magnitude of b. That means a bar and b bar are the two equal vectors. Equal vector means their magnitude should be same. But resultant magnitude should be equal to n times the difference in magnitudes of both the vectors. So that what angle between them and theta is equal to 2 tan inverse of 1 by n. 2 tan inverse of 1 by n. So this is one more example regarding the parabola of vectors. Okay. Right, see my dear students. The next line is triangle of function of vectors. Triangle of function of vectors. Right? Here, what is the statement of triangle of function of vectors and how can we prove it? See a basic example. For the addition of vectors, we are using three laws. Already I told you, for the addition of two vectors, we are using parallel law of vectors. For the addition of three vectors, we are using triangle law of vectors. For the addition of more than three vectors, we are using polygon law of vectors. Okay. Already we discussed about the parallel law of vectors and also application for it. Next one, triangle law. Suppose here there are three vectors a bar, b bar and c bar. All these three vectors are suppose whatever it may be, a bar, b bar, c bar or p bar, q bar, r bar, whatever it may be. P bar, q bar and r bar are the three vectors. They are acting at one point. See here. This is a point O. Let this is one vector P bar and this is the other vector Q bar and this is the third vector R bar. Okay. These are the three vectors. Namely, these three are taken as the forces. Suppose is acting like this and the remaining force is acting like this. Okay. By the application of all these forces, keep the point is in equilibrium. What is the point? Which is in equilibrium. And equilibrium condition to unnakunnam. If the point O is in equilibrium, then only all these forces are represented by the, or all these vectors are represented by the adjacent sides of a triangle taken now. That is the statement for triangle of vectors. And yeah, so according to method of geometry, addition of geometry, here let us draw a straight line. Suppose this is the point. Okay. Let us draw a straight line whose length is equal to magnitude of p bar and make the arrow cross point. This gives the p bar. Suppose it is equal to OA. Okay. P bar. This is p bar. Right? P bar. Next one. Suppose from the head of the first vector, let us draw a straight line and whose length is equal to magnitude of q bar. Q bar is in the direction. Q bar is like this. Suppose this is q bar. Okay. Q bar and this is equal to AB bar. AB bar is equal to q bar. So this is the first vector and this is the second vector. From the definition of addition of vectors, if the tail of the first vector is joined with head of the last vector by a straight line, make the arrow mark a cross point. Ikkada arrow mark indicate cheste. This gives the resultant of these two vectors both in magnitude and direction. Okay. This OB bar should be equal to OB bar is equal to OA bar plus AB bar. OA bar plus AB bar. Sometimes okay, OA and OAB. This OB bar is equal to resultant of OA bar and AB bar. So from figure, see, OA bar is equal to B bar, AB bar is equal to Q bar, AB bar is equal to Q bar. Therefore, resultant OB bar is equal to OA bar plus AB bar. That is equal. OA bar is equal to what value of B bar? OB bar is equal to Q bar. This is the value of OB bar from the diagram. But from figure OB bar is equal to